Hello, basketball fans, and welcome to the Red Zone here at Hicksville High School as we are getting ready for girls varsity basketball action. On this Thursday night, it's the Lady Pilots of Ayersville made the trip across the county to take on the homestanding Lady Aces here at the Red Zone tonight. It's an early start, 6:30 tip-off, and it's varsity only this evening. Ayersville has only got 5 girls listed on their JV roster, which means that if a girl has to drop out and is unable to play for any reason, they can't do a JV game with less than 5 players on the roster, or at least the 5 players are able to go out onto the floor. So we're not sure what exactly the circumstances are, but we do know that there will be no JV game tonight. I
talked to the coaches, and they only have 11 girls total, so they can't play JV ball. They have played half of a JV game, and then like at Fairview, I know they played half a game, and that was it. Yeah,
and when they do that, it's just that way they can do 2 quarters, but that still gives them enough eligibility because they're going to need to dip into the JV ranks for substitutions in all likelihood if you've only got 11 total players. So there are the Ayersville 11. They'll be wearing their road blues, the powder blue with the golden numerals and the dark blue trim. Aces will be in their home white tonight. Aces have a couple of losses too. Leah Seitz, who is usually on the junior varsity squad primarily and does some work on the varsity, will not be dressing tonight. But the big loss is Kenzie Schrader, who we saw go down a couple days ago, Jim.
Yep.
She has torn her ACL, has surgery scheduled, and she is out for the remainder of the season.
Right. She has surgery scheduled for Tuesday. I just talked to the coach about that.
So that will be a big loss for the Aces from here on out.
Oh, yeah. That's probably at least half of their scoring.
Yep.
Somebody else has got to pick up the pace now.
Yep. And we're going to turn things over to the floor announcer, Mr. Paul Payne, here shortly for the introduction of the officials, the national anthem, introduction of players, and so forth. Jim Seiler and I, Bill Murphy, we will be back, and we'll have the play-by-play action for you coming up right here on HIX-TV.
Our officials for tonight's contest are Paul Stahl, Matt Mello, and Craig Gravis. Their experience and integrity qualify them for their important part in this friendly interclassic basketball game. Gentlemen, welcome to Hicksville. Now introducing the starting lineup for the visiting Ayersville Pilots. A 5'4" senior, number 10, Kayla Martin. 5'7" sophomore, number 11, Casey Dockery. 5'8" junior, number 12, Macy Fraley. 5'9" freshman, number 14, Allie Schindler. And a 6-foot freshman, number 24, Taylor Crabb. The Pilots are coached by Tim Nicely, Frank Tressler, Jason Nicely, Chuck Florence, and Mindy Williams. And now, introducing the starting lineup for your own Hicksville Aces. A 5'10" sophomore, number 15, Molly Kroll. A 5'9" sophomore, number 13, Lindsay Bergman. 5'4" junior, number 12, Izzy Smith. 5'10" junior, number 3, Avery Slattery. And a 5'6" senior, number 4, Kennedy Phillips. The Aces are coached by Josh Fries, Ryan Miser, Bob Weatherhead, Clark Duncan, and Allie Bristol.
And the Aces are 4-7 overall, Jim, 0-1 in the GMC. So they would really like to put a W in the win column here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to have their work cut out for them. This is a pretty good Ayersville squad. They don't have a lot of girls, but what girls they have play really well.
It looks to me like they have a future. That number 24 out there is 6 foot tall, and she's a freshman.
Yep. Taylor Kraft.
Number 12, she must be 5'11".
They've got some good height, but Ayersville's kind of... I keep remembering was with the Hammersmith girl from a few years back who was, I think she was 6'2", and man, between volleyball and basketball,
she was
awesome. A force to be reckoned with. She was a great athlete.
Yep. She could do any sport. So Ayersville has the ball, and Dockery is dribbling with it now, number 11. outside to Martin. Martin, number 10. Ball comes off, and it's deflected off the hand.
Scooped up by Phillips.
Phillips picks it up and gives it to Kroll. Kroll to Smith, and Kroll's going to shoot 3, and it's a little short. And
Bergman almost goes over the back, but manages to pull back just in time. Breakaway on the other end.
Kraft got the ball out on the rebound and gave it to Schindler. Schindler scores.
And puts the Pilots up early, 2-0. Out of bounds on the far side. That's the official that before the game had the matching mask.
Yes,
Got the black and white striped mask.
Yes, he has striped it up. It's kind of tough to blow a whistle with a mask on it.
Yeah, I see Molly Kroll's older brother Garrett here tonight.
Again. He was here last game.
Yep. I think he's done with school and spending some time here at home.
Yeah.
Rooting his little sister on.
Looking for a professional football chance.
Yeah.
Martin with the ball. Gives it up to Freilich. Ball out front, Schindler. Back to Martin to Freilich. Dockery to Martin. Moving the ball, and we're going to have to reach foul.
First whistle of the night. White, number 12. That'll be Izzy Smith. Her first personal foul and team foul number 1 with 6:25 to go in our opening quarter.
And Sheets into the game for Ayersville for Dockery.
Again, the Pilots are up 2-0 early on.
Sheets picks up the ball, and we have it around the corner. Martin into Kraft. Kraft, a big girl. Martin outside shooting a 3. It's off the glass, and a rebound to Izzy Smith. 6 minutes left in this first quarter, and 2-0.
Off the iron.
And ball is off blue, out of bounds. Hicksville will have it out under their own basket.
Avery Slattery with a good look from the corner and just a little bit off on that three-point attempt.
A little bit long was all. Kroll into Phillips. Back to Kroll. Izzy. Cross court. Avery. Avery goes in, puts up the shot, and she's going to be fouled.
I think that's going to be Schindler that's going to get number
1-4. Yep. Good call.
So Avery's going to get 2 free throws. Her team down 2-0. See if they can draw a little closer here. And doesn't get the
off
bounce.
the rim.
She'll get one more.
Second shot is also off the rim. Martin with the rebound. Gives it to Kraft. Kraft to Schindler. Cross court it goes to Sheets. Underneath the pass. 12's got it. Freilich put it up and
jump ball.
She shot it into the bottom of the backboard and tied up by Phillips.
Yep. And well, Kroll will tie her shoelace. It'll be Ace's ball on the possession arrow. Out of bounds on the baseline.
They must not teach them to double knot them anymore. I got our basketball coach way back when he made sure we double knotted our shoes.
I guess you could always get those Velcro ones.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Those would be cool.
Oh, there we go.
Izzy sinks. So it's tied it.
Yep.
Deuces. Sheets with the ball. Back to Sheets. Sheets from 3. It's not there.
Big girl underneath.
Brought out to Sheets. Sheets in and out, and Kraft gets the rebound, and she's fouled.
Kraft playing hard underneath. And
it was on the rebound. I think it's on the floor.
Yep, they're going to say that is a common foul.
13.
On 13. That'll be on Lindsay.
Foul's on number 13, Lindsay Bergman. Her first.
Bergman picks up team foul number 2 and her first personal foul. Pilots ball out of bounds.
Martin to inbound it. Gets it out front to Kraft. Kraft off the glass and good.
Basket by Taylor Kraft.
4-2 now. Pilots in the lead. And here come the Lady Aces.
Phillips. Bad pass intended for Bergman. Ayersville bringing it back up. Schindler to Martin. Cross court goes to Freilich.
Looks like the Aces are working sort of a 3-2.
Sheets into Kraft. Kraft forced the outside. Schindler on the wing. Shot is put up, and Phillips comes off with the board. The crawl up the floor, and it was just a little bit too long. Bergman couldn't handle it.
She got it back in bounds, but there was no Lady Ace there to catch the ball, and it turns over to the Pilots again.
Ooh.
And that'll be on Molly.
Crawl picks up the foul.
Yep.
Calls it number 15, Molly Call, her first team third.
It's team foul number 3. Kelsey Monroe and Macy Eicher check in now for the Lady Aces.
Yep.
And checking out for, it looks like Martin and Freilich come out for the Pilots. Not sure who went in for them. I see number 22. Oakley. It's an Ayersville name.
And there's another one on the other side. Just took that shot.
Yeah. That's number 11.
11.
That's Dockery.
Yeah, Dockery started the game. Shot is put up by Eicher, and it's
Kraft
short.
with the rebound. Still 4-2 Pilots.
Sheets from outside.
Ooh,
Bingo.
By Eva Sheets.
Sheets makes it a 7-2 game. Ayersville.
Crawl across court.
Eicher drives into the paint.
It's up and no good. Rebound.
Oakley.
22 Oakley.
And getting ready to check back in, number 10,
Sheets
Kayla
down
Martin.
inside to Kraft. Kraft turns, puts it up. Ball was deflected by a Crawl, and Aces come out with it. Bergman picked it up.
2:40 left to go in our opening quarter.
Wow.
And it'll be Pilots ball.
Ball off, Crawl out of bounds.
Freilich and Martin back into the game. Sitting out now is Kraft and number 14, Schindler. Molly Crawl will step out for a bit of a breather, and Phillips back in for the Lady Aces. Down 7-2 with 2:25 to go in our opening quarter.
Martin to Sheets. Dockery to Sheets. Inside it goes to Oakley, and it's loosened on the floor. Dockery, bring it back out to Sheets, to Martin. Martin tries to go baselines, cut off.
Trapped in a double team, manages to get it out of there.
Oh,
my.
Yes, bounce it off my foot, and it goes on to you then.
She bounced it off of Monroe, but instead of going out of bounds, it came right back at her, and then bounced it off. Was to Monroe off of her and out of bounds. So Aces will get the ball back. The minute 53 and clock rolling.
Crawl to Monroe, back to Crawl. Phillips up on top. To Monroe inside to Bergman, and Bergman is fouled on the shot.
That'll just be the second team foul on the Lady Pilots.
22.
That'll be Oakley.
Her first team second.
And Lindsey Bergman at the line to shoot 2. With the Aces down by 5, 7-2.
And the first one's good. A rope cutter. Bergman gets the second. It's good. 7-4. Pilots with the lead. Sheets. Martin in the corner, went to Dockery, back across to Sheets. The Dockery going to shoot it quickly, and it's up off the rim. Rebound, Oakley. Passed it across to
count it.
Or Fralick got the ball, got the shot, got the bucket. 25 with foul. That's Monroe.
Fouls on Kelsey Monroe.
And
First team's fourth.
that makes it 9-4. 5-point lead for the Pilots with Fralick at the line. Seeing if she can complete the three-point play. Minute 15 to go in our first quarter.
So Fralick will get the free throw. And it's in and out. Oakley got the rebound, and she loses it out of bounds.
So Aces will get the ball back. 1:12 to go in quarter number 1.
It's going to be a short night. Phillips to crawl across to Monroe. Back to Phillips. Crawl.
Whoa. Good anticipation by Sheets there. There's no doubt about it. She read that like a book and was right there to pick that pass off. Dribbled out of bounds.
Kind of gives you a clue when they go to the corner and you know they got to bring it back out. Because they're trapped otherwise. Sheets pass down low, and it's too long, and Monroe picks it up.
40
Molly
seconds.
Crawl to Kennedy Phillips. Goes into Miss Bergman, and it's going to be off blue, out of bounds.
So 29.9 seconds to go. 9-4 Pilots.
Bergman gets the ball up off the glass. Use the glass.
That'll roll out of bounds.
It's going to go to the blue.
Yep. Last touched by Hicksville. .20 seconds.
Martin up across 10-second line to Oakley. Oakley drives to the lane. Schindler on the outside. Martin was where the ball was intended to go, and Bergman took it away and traveled. 8.4 left in the quarter.
And the Pilots will get the ball back with a chance to pull the trigger quickly here. And
Avery Slattery into the game, getting Bergman out so she doesn't get a quick foul.
And Smith will come in for Molly Crawl.
And she had one foul, so she doesn't need another one. Martin to inbound it. Clear out front to Sheets. Across to Schindler. Ball inside Martin, and the rebound is to
Eicher.
And that is the end of the first quarter of play with the Pilots at 9 and the Aces 4.
And we may have to talk a little bit louder here because, as you have probably already noticed from the national anthem, the upper deck here entertaining the crowd between the quarters and at the half. Kind of nice to have them in the building again. We want to say a big thank you to our basketball broadcast underwriters making our coverage possible here on Hicksville Community Television. That's the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships right here in Hicksville, Ohio, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, once again lending us their underwriting support for the 2020-2021 basketball season. Because of them, we're able to bring you both boys and girls basketball action from the junior high level all the way up through the varsity. And at the end of the regular season, when the tournament games get underway, we'll be able to follow the Lady Aces and the Boy Aces as far as they go down the tournament trail. All of it thanks to, again, the generous underwriting support of Jim Schmidt. Remember, whenever you see Aces basketball action on Hicksville Community Television, they're the ones that help make it possible. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com.
And don't be afraid to not go out and see Jim's cars because the road is tore up.
Yeah.
You can sneak in the back way.
Yep, you got to just go around and come up from the other direction. Go out there by the gathering place and turn in
Case Beer Miller.
Yeah, turn towards the center of town.
Martin out front. Schindler gets it across back to Martin. Martin drives to the hoop. Bounce pass inside, and the ball is loose, and we have a foul. One official calls a jump ball.
Another foul, and it's going to be...
It's going to be against the blue.
10.
Number 10.
That's Kaylor Martin. Team foul number 3 for the Pilots. 7:39 to go in our first half. And again, the Ayersville leading the Aces by 5, 9-4. Hicksville with the ball.
No travel, drug her foot. I was going to say that, that Kenzie's out now for the season. We got a couple girls that could really grow on this. Like Bergman, she's got to step up, and so does Kroll.
Yep.
And they could really improve.
And you know that Josh Reese is going to be taking a hard look at the junior varsity squad, too, to see who might be able to step up.
Yep. Oh, Jiminy. A jump ball.
Wow.
Kraft had a hold of her arm.
Well, the possession arrow still points to the Aces since the previous was not a jump ball, so they'll get the ball back on the possession arrow.
Kennedy Phillips bringing it up. Avery Slattery across to Molly Kroll. Kroll down in the corner to Izzy Smith, and she gives the ball to Bergman, and Bergman is getting mugged.
Yep.
Oh. We're having some action from the bench. Dockery, number 11, picks up the personal. Avery Slattery will inbound. Give it to Kennedy Phillips. He gives it right back in the corner.
Down low to Smith.
Izzy.
There we go.
There you go, Izzy. She's got 4 points, both of them from about the same spot.
Yeah, it closes the gap to 3. 9-6 Pilots now.
Schindler takes the ball inside. Ball is back out to Kirsten Mannon. Mannon's a JV player that they had if they would have had a JV game. Ball put up, and rebound is batted around, and it's grabbed by
Slattery.
Call timeout.
And it'll be a jump ball, and that'll go to the Pilots.
Sheets coming back in the game. Neva Sheets.
Yes, Kirsten Mannon will have a seat.
Yep. So she knows that she is now first one on the JV team off the bench. Neva Sheets with the ball, number 3. Holding it out front. Gives it up to Kaylee Dockery. Dockery back to Sheets.
6 minutes to go here in the first half.
Dockery holding it on the wing on the right side. Tries to go inside. Now she drives to the lane, and they get a bucket on the move.
That's going to be on 13. Lindsay Bergman. That's 2 now on Bergman, and 5 team fouls on the Aces for the half. And Dockery looking to complete the 3-point play. She does. And makes it 12-6 Pilots. They've doubled up on the Aces here, a 6-point lead.
We're going to have a timeout called by Hicksville's coach, Josh Fries.
It comes with 5:44 to go here in the first half of play. And again, the Pilots leading the Aces here, 12-6. Glad to have you here with us. Again, this will be the last live stream that we'll have for you for this week. And coming up next week, working things out, I'm hopeful that we'll be able to live stream junior high basketball for you on both Monday and Tuesday of next week. The junior high games get started with the 7th grade contests at 5 p.m. So I think we've got Tuesday already taken care of. So the game on Tuesday, and I don't have the schedule in front of me, so I can't remember. One of them is a boys' game and one of them is a girls' game. So I know that we're going to be able to do the 2 games on Tuesday. And I'm hopeful that we'll get something worked out for the Monday games too, because we'll have to have somebody covering the school board meeting that night, as well as the junior high basketball. So, but that's what's coming up for you next week here on HIX-TV. And back underway.
Aces, ball on the perimeter. Kennedy Phillips in the corner. Brings it out to Avery Slattery.
Got the original starting 5 back out on the floor right now for Hicksville.
Crawl to Slattery, too long. Izzy with a rebound.
Nice job from Izzy getting that ball out of there. That one's just a little bit off.
I don't know if I'd ever want to try to take the ball away from Izzy. She's pretty solid,
yes,
I'll
indeed.
tell you.
And she kind of, another one, Martina Vasquez on the JV squad is another one, too, that she will take control of that ball. Oakley with the board.
Crawl made a nice move there and then pulled up instead of keep following through. Oh, Freilick.
That'll be 3 now on Bergman, maybe. For the
sir.
For the trip. That's 3 on Lindsay, so we won't see her again until
third
quarter sometime.
And we got 4:50 left in the go in this quarter.
16 fouls now on the Aces too, so next foul will put the Pilots into the bonus for the remainder of the half.
Oakley, too long. Kraft with the rebound and
the roll. Yep.
Basket by Taylor Kraft.
4 points for Kraft.
And that's a 14-6 lead now for the Pilots over the Lady Aces. And we'll have a push. Dockery for a second.
That was Coach Freves he was going to explode if that wasn't called.
Yep.
He had his mask off. He wanted him to be able to hear it. Crawl to Phillips. Phillips backs it out over to Avery. Crawl back to Phillips. Avery in the right corner. Phillips put a shot, no good. Rebound comes off to Freilick. It's to Martin. Cross court to Sheets.
Halfway through the second quarter now.
Martin inside goes to Freilick, and she puts in the deuce.
Basket by Macy Freilick.
4 points for Freilick, and it's now a 10-point game, 16-6. And another takeaway, but then
Freilick
deflected into Phillips' hands.
Yes. Avery.
Tried to pass it on the baseline, a bounce pass to Smith, and picked off by the Pilots.
Freilick again. That's 3 buckets in a row for her.
18-6, timeout.
I think maybe Coach Freeze is going to get somebody to step inside there to play some D.
Yep, because at this point,
she was just rolling off the high post.
Yep. Down by 12, and you gotta turn this around pretty quick here, otherwise
it's going to get really.
You're just going to be going through the motions for the rest of the game, because there's no way you're going to ever get back into it. So you need to start whittling away on that lead.
They need to have a few shots fall.
Yep. You got several members of the boys varsity squad here tonight rooting on the Lady Aces. Always good to see that.
They will be in action tomorrow night.
Yep, they're on the road
at Ayersville.
Yeah.
I noticed that Mr. Boston Hoopman was limping coming in here tonight. So
he looks like
he might be laid up.
Yeah. A little bit of a hammy pull or something. Yeah, the varsity boys their next 4 games are away games.
Yeah.
They're not back to the friendly confines till January 22nd.
Yep. Avery from outside is no good. Monroe loses it out of bounds off Ayersville.
Yep, last touched by number 12, Freilich. So Kelsey will get the ball in bounds. Again, the Aces down 18-6.
Pass inside. Monroe. Banging around.
Phillips squares up.
No good. Kraft with the rebound gives to Martin. Martin up the floor quickly. Cross court to Sheets. Eicher on her. And Freilich went inside.
Freilich kind of tripped over her own foot.
Yes.
It looked like she got tripped by Slattery, but that was not the case.
I think Oakley should have been called for a travel when she had that ball, and then she sat down.
Lady Aces with the ball, 2:15 to go in the half. Again, down by 12, 18-6.
Slattery inside the Crawl. Nice play.
Basket by Molly Crawl. Assist Slattery.
That makes it 18-8. Gets it back to a 10-point deficit with 2 minutes to go here in the half.
Sheets on the left side, out front to Martin. Goes inside to Freilich. Kraft with it. To Oakley. Off the rim, no good. And we'll have a jump ball.
They don't have the possession arrow on the scoreboard right now, so I'm not sure who gets it. It looks like it's going to be Aces ball.
Yep. Schindler into the game for Martin.
Slattery will have a seat. Some full court pressure from the Pilots.
Stop there. Eicher gives it out of over and back. It'll be out of bounds to Pilots.
That's that sinking feeling. It doesn't matter whether you pick it up or if it goes out of bounds, you ain't getting the ball back.
You're just getting it from the official. Kraft to Sheets. Sheets dribbling around. Out to Schindler. Schindler to Sheets. Down inside, intended for Kraft. Back out over in the corner. Freilich had it to Kraft. Sheets
no good.
Off the rim and
salvaged by Phillips on the baseline. Yeah, good job with the board. Under a minute to go now.
Bring it up. Don't stop there.
In a double team, Phillips is in trouble.
Yep.
And
you come across that 10-second line and pick the ball up there, you're in deep trouble because that's another defender that you can't beat.
They call the jump ball, so no foul, but the possession arrow will give the basketball back to the Pilots with 45 seconds left in the half. Ayersville up by 10.
Sheets coming around with it. Number 2 in the game is McGuire, Mabel McGuire. Oakley with Eicher. Oakley drives the lane, puts up a runner. It's no good.
But she'll draw the foul.
25. That's Monroe.
Kelsey's second, and that'll be team foul 7. So 1-1 for the remaining 25.8 seconds of this first half. And Oakley at the line. And this will be a 2-shot foul because she was in the act of shooting. Avery Slattery will check in, and Izzy Smith will sit out. Oakley with one more free throw.
And it's up, bounces, no good. Monroe with the rebound.
Crawl to Eicher.
Eicher. Way to
Pop
go.
Loose.
Number 2 picks up the foul. It's McGuire.
Foul's number 2, Mabel McGuire.
McGuire, that's team foul number 6. So Aces not getting to shoot free throws yet. 16.9 seconds.
Phillips to Crawl. Avery. Monroe from the corner.
Oh,
Bingo.
there we go.
Monroe with a big three.
18-11.
Shot put up by Ayersville, and it's no good. Rebound grabbed by Kroll, and at the end of the first half of play, they brought it back a little bit. It's 18-11. The Pilots in the lead over the Lady Aces here in the red zone.
Yep, they'll pull it back to single digits for the lead for the Pilots. We've reached halftime. And, of course, we want to, again, thank you for joining us here this afternoon. Your halftime score, the Pilots leading the Aces 18-11. Halftime, we're going to take a break, but we invite you to stay tuned. Jim and I will be back. We'll have all the exciting second half play-by-play coming your way right here on HIX-TV. About 90 seconds away from getting the third quarter underway. Before we get back into the action, let's take a look at the unofficial scoring for the first half. I'll take care of the Lady Aces. They're on the short end of the scorecard. If you are just joining us, the Pilots are up 18-11 at the half. And for the Lady Aces, they were led in scoring by Izzy Smith. She had a couple of buckets in the first half for 4 points. Kelsey Monroe had a three-pointer for 3. And then a bucket for 2 from Molly Kroll, and 2 free throws for 2 points from Lindsey Bergman. And that's it. That's their 11 points. 4 aces scoring, but none of them scoring more than 4 points. And well, balanced scoring over on the other side as well for the Pilots. Hey, Jim.
Yes. Neva Sheets, she had a triple. Kaylee Dockery, she had a basket and a free throw for 3. Macy Freilich had 3 baskets for 6. Allie Schindler had 1 basket for 2. Casey Oakley was scoreless. Taylor Kraft had 2 buckets for 4 points, and that was their total of 18.
Yep, and as far as the foul situation go for the Lady Aces, Lindsey Bergman has 3 personal fouls in the first half, and Kelsey Monroe is sporting 2 of those, and 2 personal fouls for Kaylee Dockery. Everyone else just with a single personal or none after the first half. Aces with the ball, and the third quarter is underway. And again with the play-by-play, Jim Seiler.
We're on it. Have Avery Slattery with the ball. Ball comes into the corner to Monroe. Under Kroll, passes it across to Monroe, back to Kroll. Kroll drives hard and makes a nice runner. That was a nice.
Need to see more of that here in this third quarter.
Yeah, those are the kind of things that she's going to have to work at and really, make it happen for the rest of the year.
And the Lady Aces, you can't have these third quarters where you're outscored 14-4 or 14-6.
Yeah, right. Oakley inside, ball got knocked away, but Pilots pick it up. Dockery has it.
Being hawked a little bit by Phillips.
Ooh,
deflected.
Nice hands. Got it away a little bit by Kroll. Ball comes back into Oakley, and the ball is pulled out of there.
And Bergman.
Nice rebound. Kroll, Phillips, Monroe. Not anywhere close.
And that'll be Pilots' ball.
Avery Slattery had it and lost it out of bounds.
Well, she and Molly Kroll were trying to get it under control, and there was just no way that it was not going to be last touched by an ace when it went out of bounds.
Sheets with it inside to Freilich. Back to Sheets. Back to Freilich. Down low to Kraft, and she turns and puts it in.
6 points now for Taylor. It makes it 20-13. And last touch by Monroe as it goes out of bounds. It'll be Pilots ball once again. 6:12 to go in the third quarter. Ayersville leading by 7, 20-13. Girls Varsity Basketball here on Hicksville Community Television.
Dockery with it. Is it across to Sheets? Sheets turns. Makes the move inside to Oakley. Oakley shot up, no good. Bergman pull off the glass. Phillips gets it inside to Bergman, goes back.
Avery Slattery off the back of the iron.
Sheets with the board. In the corner is Kraft. The Sheets. And Monroe gets a rebound. Oh, hang on to it.
There we go. Carl gets it back under control.
Slattery, wow.
Rejected.
That was that freshman hands.
Down, up, no good.
Dockery missed the layup. Rebound grabbed off there by Kroll.
And a jump ball, okay. A few more gray hairs on Josh Freese's head.
Kroll did not think so.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a reach in to me, but.
Well, she just turned and she reached, right through her.
20-13, and with the possession arrow pointing at Ayersville, the Pilots get the ball back.
Martin to inbound it. Brings it out front. Schindler. The Sheets. Schindler. Sheets with it. Nice go inside. The ball knocked off of her leg and out of bounds.
So Lady Aces will get the ball back. 4:40 to go in quarter number 3. Chance to cut into this 7-point deficit.
Kroll to the hoop. Ooh. Pass to Bergman, and Kroll's going to get fouled as she picked up the loose ball.
She should go to the line shooting 2.
Yep, she is.
Foul number 24, Taylor Kraft.
Kraft will pick up her first personal. That'll be team foul number 1 of this second half.
First one goes down for Molly.
Makes it 20-14.
Second one is also good.
20-15 now.
Got a 30-second timeout called by Coach Freeze.
Yeah, while Molly was getting ready to shoot those free throws, Izzy Smith went over and she was talking to Josh, and I could tell by the way she was moving her hands, she was asking him how to deal with the way one of the Pilot players was moving, either I don't know on offense or defense, and evidently based on that, that's what prompted this timeout, because it seems that's what he's talking about. When they do this, why don't you do this type of thing. So we'll see what the adjustments are. But at least the Aces have not come out stone cold here in the third quarter, which is good, and they've been able to, again, cut into their deficit a little bit. Still down by 5.
Yeah, they chipped one of them off.
Yep. So Ayersville will have the ball underneath the basket on the baseline.
20-15, Ayersville leading. Neva Sheets with the ball.
And the Aces are going to give him a little bit of a pressure.
Kroll, Kraft. For Martin. Sheets outside, no good. Ball tipped away. Sheets to Martin. Schindler. Kraft from outside, no good. Fralick. Sheets. Martin drives, kicks it back out. Fralick to Martin, it's no good. Martin's out aggressing somebody. Krall's going to get a foul on that.
Yep.
Number 15, Molly Krall.
Krall's second personal. Team foul number 1 for the second half. And Schindler will be at the line to shoot 2. 3:41 to go in quarter number 3. Gets that one. Both teams are even now, 4 points scored each here in this third quarter. That one's good.
4 points for Schindler. Krall across to Avery Slattery. Bergman turns back out to Avery in the corner. Monroe out to Krall. Rebound.
Smith, nice.
Izzy
Smith for 2.
Gives Izzy 6 points for tonight.
Oh, and a reflection.
Nice. Way to go. Nice recovery. Avery Slattery to Molly Krall.
22-17, still a 5-point lead for the Lady Pilots.
Pass inside to Bergman. Krall from outside, no good. And Krall's going to get
another foul. Nope,
Oh,
the jump ball.
Wow.
Well, okay, turnabout's fair play then.
Well,
You know, I guess if it's gonna be consistent with the jump balls for both teams, then I guess we really won't complain quite as much. So that'll be Ace's ball on the possession arrow.
Ball is out to Krall. Bring it across. Slattery. Trying to get it into Bergman right there like that, and they tripled her.
Yeah, because as soon as she gets the ball, she's got at least 2 blue jerseys right around her.
Pass is too long. You got to skip past that. Go around the outside and not across. Sheets to Oakley. Oakley down low. Ball
Taken away.
nice hanging on.
It'll be Oakley.
It's her second.
Number 22, Casey.
That'll be team foul number 2 on the Pilots. Still 22-17, Ayersville with the 5-point lead, but Lady Aces with the ball. 2:05 to go in our third quarter. Again, this is the varsity game, no JV game here tonight.
Aces finally get it into Bergman, and she can't get open. She traveled.
Yep, trying to get herself squared up with a good look at the hoop, and forgot to bounce the ball one time.
Popped out of the way.
Because Lindsay's been having a heck of a time down in the paint.
Well, when you got 3 people collapse on you, it's really tough.
So she has been pretty effectively shut down here tonight.
And she's not a senior, so she hasn't, developed that ability to crush somebody.
Martin back into the game for Ayersville with 1:43 to go in the third quarter.
Neva Sheets will sit down for the Pilots.
Crawl across half court.
Now Monroe's moved to the other side of the floor. And so is Krall.
Boom.
And Izzy had a bad pass to her.
Said she's not quite that tall.
No, she could have been another foot taller and might have been able to catch it.
Molly's used to throwing the ball to Garrett.
Yeah, right.
6.5 feet high.
Oh. We have a timeout called, a full timeout called by the Pilots.
So Ayersville is going to be using their first timeout of the game. They'll have 4 remaining. The Aces have already called 3 in the first half. So they have 2 timeouts left to them. Full 1-minute timeout. Again, the Pilots leading here in the third quarter, 22-17, a 5-point advantage. And again, the foul situation, 2 team fouls committed here in the second half by Ayersville, and just 1 by the Aces. Again, Molly Krall, Kelsey Monroe with 2 personal fouls each. Lindsey Bergman has 3. And for the Lady Pilots, they've got Kaylee Dockery with 2 personals and Casey Oakley with a couple personals. And they're the only ones in sort of foul trouble. Really 2 personals, nothing to really worry about. They'll break huddle with about 13 seconds left, and the Pilots will be back out onto the floor first. And Coach Freese utilizing every second of this free timeout.
All of it.
Yep. So they'll bump fists, and here come the Lady Aces. With 1:30 to go in our third quarter. Down by 5, so by no means out of this game yet.
No.
Oh.
A little bit of 1-3-1.
Yep, there you go.
Basket by Allie Schindler.
There's Schindler. Make it 24-17.
Oh, hang on.
Monroe salvages it, but for the wrong team. Breakaway. Up and in.
And Schindler gets another 2. 8 points for Schindler.
26-17, 9-point lead now. Crawl short. Monroe saves it. Pilots will hold up and play for the last shot here as we wrap up quarter number 3.
Schindler with it.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Martin with a runner, no good. And at the end of 3 quarters of play, it's 26 for the Pilots and 17 for the Aces.
Well, we'll get ready for the fourth quarter here. And while we've got a little bit of time, we'll take some time to say a big thank you to our basketball broadcast underwriters making our basketball coverage possible here on Hicksville Community Television, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. Remember, if you're looking for a vehicle, whether you're interested in one that is brand new or pre-owned, be it a car, truck, van, or SUV, stop by, check out the great selection they have on the lots. Or you can check out the entire dealer inventory online at jimschmidtauto.com. If you don't see what you're interested in, let the folks at Jim Schmidt know. They always do their best to find you exactly the car you want to see. It's all about service before, during, and after the sale. At the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. So proud to have them as our basketball broadcast underwriters here on Hicksville Community Television. Can't thank them enough. 8 minutes to go here in the regulation time of this varsity matchup. And it's a 9-point lead for the Lady Pilots, 26-17, and they've got the ball to start quarter number 4.
Oh, here we roll. Martin has the ball inside to Kraft. Kraft goes to the wall and lays it in. 8 points for Kraft. Coached him nicely, yelling for the Pilots to put it to the Aces, and they're not exactly as aggressive as you would think. But of course, they're standing in a zone defense, so you're not going to be too aggressive in a zone.
2-shot foul. Aces are down by 11, 28-17. Fralick picks up her very first foul. Team foul number 3.
Slattery to shoot.
Avery so far has been held scoreless tonight.
Still is. Make the free throws. Keeps you close. Missed them both.
Still 28-17, Ayersville. Lady Pilots across the timeline.
Dockery with it. No.
She'll draw the foul.
Yes, she will.
Ooh. Crawl picks up her third. Team foul number 2 of the second half.
Dockery with a pair.
28-17 Ayersville. Dockery at the line. Boom. Dockery makes it 29-17. Monroe will come in for Slattery.
Missed the second one.
Bergman.
Bergman got the rebound. Gets the ball up. Kennedy Phillips down low. Shoot from outside. Phillips drops the ball.
And here we go with another layup. Up and in. That's Schindler again.
10 points for Schindler. She got 6 in this quarter.
That's it. I got her for 8.
Yeah,
and 2 free throws. She's got 3 buckets, and
I got her for 4 buckets in the game.
Yeah, 2 points in the first half, and 8 in.
Right.
So it's 31-17 with 6:27 to go. Oakley will come back in.
Also number 3, Eva Sheets.
And
Fraley.
Eva Sheets will come in
and
for
Schindler comes out. Bergman.
Eicher.
Too long. Oakley with the rebound. Gives it up to Martin. Martin has it. It's too much dribbling. Kraft to Sheets. Sheets with a runner, it's up off, no good. Dockery to rebound, no good.
Another rebound.
The Sheets.
Finally, Phillips gets in there and gets her hand on the basketball.
Kraft knocked it away from Coral. Oh, gee, we don't need any more injuries.
Molly Crawl hurling herself at the hoop.
Number 4 with the trip. 24.
And Taylor Kraft, the tall girl, getting her second personal. Team foul number 4, and Crawl will shoot a couple. In and out. Boy, the Aces have just
free throws are not the thing tonight.
Well, they're shooting from the field too, Jim. They've been just a little bit off. They're just not quite in sync this evening.
Yep.
Crawl gets the second one. Seven points now for Molly tonight unofficially. 31-18. And a timeout called. Pilots will call their second timeout.
A 30-second job.
Quick 30-second called primarily just to prevent the losing the ball out of bounds or having their pocket picked, keep possession and be able to set things up to inbounds the ball. 31-18, the Lady Pilots in the lead. In the fourth quarter of this varsity game, an early evening special. Again, no JV game tonight. So this game getting started about an hour earlier than usual. Usually they'll tip off the varsity contest somewhere between 7:15 and 7:30. Or later, depending on how the varsity JV game goes. And yeah, here we are. It's not even 7:45 yet, so, and in the fourth quarter.
You have Sheets with the ball. Crawl working on her. Sheets continues to dribble. Throws the ball away. I got tired of dribbling here. Somebody else have it.
She throws it to the one part of the court where there's nobody there.
Bergman
finally.
Yes.
There we go. Lindsay finally able to get a good look at the hoop.
4 points for Miss Bergman.
Makes it 31-20. Back to an 11-point lead for the Lady Pilots.
Dockery. Is it to Martin? Martin puts her hand on Izzy to push her away. Dockery to the hoop and lays it in. 6 points for Dockery.
33-20, back to a 13-point lead. Bergman bounce pass to Smith.
Izzy, that was your shot. Get in the hole.
And that'll be a nice pass to the head coach of the Pilots. Can nicely handle the ball well.
Schindler back in the game for the Pilots. And Izzy will sit down. And Kennedy Phillips back in for the Aces.
Working around the perimeter, alley-oop pass, and just not able to put the move on Taylor or Kraft to be able to clear her out of the way.
They just don't know how easy it would be if they would fake that shot.
Yep. And that's something that Lindsey Bergman is going to be a lot better at by the end of this season.
Just fake it and get them to reach or come off the floor.
Lindsey just a sophomore, so.
Yep. Schindler with the ball.
And that's going to be on Kroll. That's number 4 on Molly. Team foul number 3, and Eicher will probably come in for Kroll for a little bit.
Here comes Izzy.
Izzy.
Monroe.
Nope, they're going to just take Monroe and Phillips out. They're going to leave Molly out on the floor.
Going to sacrifice her. Oh, come on, Bergie.
Yeah. A good attempt by Lindsey Bergman, but again, out of bounds, last touched by Hicksville. 3:27 to go, past the halfway point of the fourth quarter, and again, it's the Pilots leading the Aces 33-20. And that'll be Avery Slattery, I think, getting the whistle.
Yes.
Number 3, Avery Slattery.
She held her hand up like they used to make them.
Yeah.
Many moons ago.
The public shame, yeah.
Yeah.
It was me.
For shame.
33-20. Fralick shot short.
That was always one thing I complained about as an official, that the scorer's table wouldn't always get the number and you'd have to stop and go back.
Fralick missed them both. Slattery with the board, and here comes the Lady Aces. Avery to Molly Kroll, back to Avery.
In the corner. Bring it out, Iz. Back there. That's another thing they need to do is, need to get a quick release on their shot. She had plenty of time when she got the ball to get a good shot and pulled it back down.
Smith will come out and Monroe back in with 3:05. Lady Aces down by 13, 33-20 in the fourth quarter here tonight. Come on, Avery. There we go.
Three-pointer, Avery Slattery.
She broke the ice. Schindler to Martin. Into Kraft. Goes over to Fralick. And
pushed out of bounds.
22, Eicher. Her first.
22, Macy Eicher. That's her first, team's 5th.
That's team foul number 5, as you heard the floor announcer.
That's their 4th.
And Josh Freese calls his 4th timeout of the game. That'll leave the Aces with one last time they can stop the clock. Still 3 timeouts remaining for the Pilots. It'll be a full 1-minute timeout for Hicksville. They trail by 10, 33-23 here in the fourth quarter. Again, they were hoping to pick up their first GMC League win here tonight. The Lady Aces are 0-1 in the Green Meadows Conference so far this season. So they were hoping to draw even, but they got a lot of road to cover and not a lot of time to do it here to turn around a 10-point deficit at this point in the fourth quarter. Not saying it can't be done, but they're going to have to definitely be on their A game to pull it off, Jim.
Yes, you're right. Get a couple bombs to fall.
Yep.
A couple of those bingos.
Like I said, if they'd been a little bit sharper on the three-point attempts throughout the course of this game, it might be a different story here.
Oh, yeah.
But it's been one of those nights where the Lady Aces have been shooting pretty well, but it's just a little bit off, and they haven't been able to get a lot of their shots to fall down.
Yeah, they're 5 out of 10 at the free throw line, too. This
is never a good thing.
Take 8 of those.
Yeah. 5-second call.
Some good defense. Yeah. You get them to keep that.
And Phillips and Kroll will come in.
Is he going to sit down again?
Izzy will sit down. 2:36 to go in regulation. It's a 10-point lead for the Lady Pilots. And Hicksville with the ball. Whoop, boom. That will stay with Hicksville.
That she plays volleyball.
That was a good spike move.
Yes. Right over the top. Oh,
so close.
Oh, 12. Fralick.
Fralick on the arm. That's team foul number 5. That's her second personal foul. Crawl at the line to shoot 2. Team down by 10.
Yes.
There we go.
Into the game for the Pilots.
Yep.
Number 3, Eva Sheets.
Iker and Izzy Smith come back into the game for
Slattery
Avery and Phillips.
Yep.
Crawl second, no good. About picked up her 5th right there. And it will be
Aces ball on the possession arrow.
Yes.
It's 33-24 after the Crawl free throw. And Hicksville gets the ball back, and it's picked off on the inbounds. That's Schindler that picked off that pass.
We have a block on Izzy. Her second.
Team foul number 6, so they're getting close to being able to foul them, send them to the free throw line to get the ball back if they need to.
No, we have a timeout called by the Pilots.
Yeah, 2:04 left in the game. So that'll be the third timeout called by Ayersville. They'll have 2 remaining. Quick 30-second timeout. Again, the Pilots leading the Aces by 9 now. 33-24. 5 team fouls for the Aces and 5 team fouls for the Pilots and 6 for the Aces. So the next Hicksville foul will put the Pilots into the bonus for the remainder of the game. And the Pilots can still give away a foul if they need to before they send Hicksville to the line. Pilots get the ball inbounds. Schindler fouled by Smith.
I think that was
Foul number 12, Izzy Smith.
third.
Third, team 7th. At the line for the Pilots, number 14, Allie Schindler, shooting 1+ bonus. In the game for the Aces, number 3.
The offense is on the floor now. The defense just came off the floor.
It's Iker and Smith on defense, and Slattery and Phillips on offense. Misses the front end and knocked out of bounds.
Raft Loses it out of bounds.
2 minutes exactly. And, of course, that means that we could be playing basketball for another half hour.
Oh, yes. Phillips to Crawl.
Oh, that's
Crawls
a travel.
Got pushed.
Oh, got pushed. Okay.
2-10. Martin, second.
And that's team foul number 6 on the Pilots, so the next one will send the Lady Aces to the line to shoot free throws.
Go, go, go.
Phillips needs some help to get it out of there.
Crawl. Baseline.
Oh.
Martin knocks it out of bounds.
Stay with the Aces.
1:40 remaining in the game.
Checking into the Pilots is Freilich back on the floor, as it'll be Martin that'll step out. And say, no, you stay.
Yeah, you don't come off.
Schindler stays in the game.
We only trade 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Gotta move. Don't stand. Come on, move the ball. Now, Molly, pump one up.
Lindsey Bergman, short. And the ball is loose on the floor.
Jump ball.
That'll be the Pilots' ball, I believe. Yep. And
defense back in the game. Schindler, and she is fouled.
Well, I think that'll be the 4th one on Izzy Smith.
Foul number 12, Izzy Smith. That's her 4th, team 8th. At the line for the Pilot, shooting 1 plus bonus, number 14, Allie Schindler.
Offense.
Schindler sank a couple earlier in the second half from the free throw line. It's 33-24. Pilots leading the Aces by 9, and Ayersville at the free throw line. Got the front end. 34-24, back to a 10-point lead. And she gets them both. It's an 11-point lead now for the Pilots, 35-24. Monroe, short.
Phillips.
Slattery.
Yeah, Sheets had the ball, and
she'll be fouled by Monroe.
It's her 3rd.
That's team foul number 9, so the next one committed by the Lady Aces will put the Pilots into the double bonus, and Ayersville will shoot 2 no matter what. But right now it's, so this will be the last 1-and-1 for the Pilots here tonight, with 1 minute exactly left in the game.
At the line.
Gets the front end. I've got her right now unofficially with 13 points. Make it 14.
And 6 for 6 at the free throw line.
37-24, another back to a 13-point lead now for the Lady Pilots. We are under a minute. Bergman gets it stripped before she can put it back up. And Crawl
is going.
Is done.
Foul number 15, Molly Crawl. That's her 5th, team's 10th.
So Crawl will foul out with 43.4 seconds left in regulation.
And 8 points.
And she will finish the night with 8 points, yep. And it'll be Kaylor Martin at the line to shoot 2.
She hasn't been at the line all night.
I don't have her for any points at all.
Right.
Well, she got one now.
Yep.
And coming in now, number 23, that's Zaria Young off of the JV squad. also number 20, Kirsten Mannon, back in to the game off of the JV squad as well.
Got them both. 2 points.
39-24. Partially deflected, but Eicher still manages to hang on to it inside to Bergman. Blocked by Oakley, and a foul.
3 on Oakley.
Yeah.
Fouls on number 22, Casey Oakley, her third.
And that's team foul number 7 on the Pilots, so that puts the Aces in the bonus with only 16.6 seconds left, and this will be 2 shots for Lindsey Bergman. Off the back of that sort of sums the night up.
Yes, it did.
Guess the shooting is just a little bit off, and they'll clear the benches now. Mabel McGuire in for the Pilots, along with, I think, Laura Paul coming into the game. That one's no good.
Yep.
McGuire with the knocked away from behind by Bergman and out of bounds.
Down at 9.9.
And Morgan Kiesler, number 4, is also in the game for the Pilots. It's pretty much the JV squad for Ayersville on the floor right now.
Bergman,
and they're going to have another wrestling match, and the ball pops out, and that's it.
Nobody wanted to call anything.
So your final score in this girls varsity basketball game, it's the Lady Pilots of Ayersville knocking off the Aces, 39-24, the final score. With the loss, the Aces will fall to 4-8 overall and 0-2 now in the Green Meadows Conference. And again, a night where the Aces really didn't play all that bad. Had some good shots, but their shooting eye was just a little bit off tonight. And that made the difference, both for the free throw percentage and I'm sure from the percentage of the shots from the field. So we'll do some quick tallying here and see what we can do about getting you some unofficial scores for this contest.
Okie doke.
So we're adding up as we go here. All right, I think I can get things started with the Lady Aces here tonight. On the short end of the scoreboard, 24-39. Leading scorer for Hicksville tonight was Molly Krall. Molly fouled out again with about 16 and a half seconds left in the game. But before she did, she racked up 8 points total on a couple of field goals and for 3 throws. 6 points tonight for Izzy Smith. She had 3 field goals. After that, it was 4 points for Lindsey Bergman. Bergman held to just 1 field goal and only 2 free throws tonight. And then a 3-pointer for Kelsey Monroe and a 3-pointer from Avery Slattery. And that rounds out the scoring for the Lady Aces here tonight as they finish up with 24 points.
And for the Pilots, I have Neva Sheets. She had a tray for 3. Kayla Martin had 2 free throws for 2. Kaylee Dockery had 2 baskets and 2 free throws for 6. Macy Freilich had 3 baskets for 6. Oakley did not score, and Taylor Kraft had 4 baskets for 8. And leading them in scoring was Allie Schindler. She had 4 baskets and 6 free throws for 14. And
yes,
that's
indeed.
their 39.
Yep, and you can look at it and you can see that the leading scorer in the first half was Macy Freilich, and in the second half the Aces shut her down, and she didn't score any points. But Allie Schindler, who only had 1 bucket in the first half, she's the one that lit up, and then she stepped in and took over, and put it away. So again, final score tonight: Pilots beating the Aces 39-24. Next up for Hicksville is a game at Fayette. That'll be coming up on January the 12th. That'll be a road game. And then they will be back here in the main gym in the Red Zone to take on Holgate on January 14th. That'll be the next game that we'll have on our schedule for the Lady Aces to bring you on the live stream. So with that, we're going to wrap things up. I want to say a big thank you again to the Hicksville Athletic Department for giving us our broadcast position and mostly for allowing us to be able to live stream our coverage of the Aces basketball game here tonight. Thanks also to the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com for underwriting our basketball coverage this evening. Thanks for you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the coverage tonight here on Hicksville Community Television. So with that, we are going to wrap it up for this evening. Once again, final score tonight in the varsity game on this varsity-only night. It was the Lady Pilots of Ayersville defeating the Aces 39-24, the final score. For Jim Seiler calling the play-by-play, and Chris Warner taking care of the iPad camera work here tonight. I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television, wishing you a good night and good sports.